Hey everyone, and welcome back to Scenic Horizon. This is our fourth and final week for our series about renewal and fresh starts. Thank you for being with me on this journey. This is the beginning of a whole year journey to promote positivity while also including aspects of nature and hiking and realizing that we are truly blessed with that of which is around us. For this week 4, we are going to be talking about stepping boldly into the new. Right? So for the first 3 weeks, we wanted to learn about letting go of past burdens, setting intentional goals, building habits that last. For this week, we want to take action. We want to move forward. We want to step boldly. You've let go of the past, built the new habits, and you've trusted God's timing. Now comes the hardest part. Taking that step, taking that bold step into the new. Renewal isn't complete until you act on it. You can want it. We've all wanted it so bad, but it doesn't happen until you take that step. Right now, it's the time to move from preparation into motion. Today, we'll explore courage, faith, and action, the essential ingredients for stepping confidently into the life God has for you. There's definitely fear when it comes to these new beginnings, right? Change is intimidating. Even when life isn't perfect, comfort feels safer than risk. Most people remain stuck, not because they cannot change, but because they fear the unknown. And boy, is that true, right? I can't remember how many things I've started, but fear has paralyzed me, right? Into actually taking the action to move on. Fear whispers, what if I fail? What if it's wrong? Courage whispers back, though. Step anyway. God is with you. Hebrews 11 is filled with stories of people stepping without seeing the entire path. We have Abraham, Noah, Rahab. Faith isn't certainty. It's action despite uncertainty. 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old has gone, the new is here. Renewal is present tense, not future tense. Don't let the old you define today. Step into your new identity now, even if it feels uncomfortable or unfamiliar. This whole journey I am on, this 365-day challenge that I am on, of promoting positivity through videos, is a huge step for me. I had a calling from God that said, hey, you need to do this, not only for yourself, but for those who might stumble across these videos and see the positivity and be able to take action through them. I am not a filmmaker. I am not some sort of podcast creator, but I do feel like I was being called to share this positivity. Again, to promote the habits that we've been talking about, to promote the positivity, to promote the bold steps that need to be taken in order to start fresh, in order to see the renewal. And there is a role of courage in this growth. Courage doesn't mean absence of fear. It means moving forward despite the fear. Every step you take in faith strengthens your confidence and your identity in Christ. Often the first step is the hardest. The first step is the one most aligned with faith, not sight. So let's think of an exercise about taking this one bold step. Right? Identify one bold action this week. Think about something you've been wanting. What have you been preparing for the last couple weeks? What's been on your mind constantly, yet you just haven't taken that step? Whether it be a conversation, a project, an application, or dream that you've postponed. Commit to it. Act on it. Don't wait for perfect clarity. Courage begins with the first step. Write it down. Pray over it. Declare your action out loud. I step into the new with God's guidance and strength. So let's reflect on a few statements and take the time. Make sure you take the time to actually think through these. Pause it if you need to, right? So first one, what area of life are you hesitating to step into? Right? It's kind of strong, right? There are so many areas that you could potentially, whether it's with family, whether it's at work, whether it's your personal growth. Maybe it's actually setting aside time to focus on you for reflection. Okay, here's the next one. What would it look like to live as a new creation today? I think this is the part we all like doing, right? The daydreaming, right? The only if I could do this, then this would happen, right? If only if I could work out 3 days a week, only if I could find some time to work out 3 days a week, then I'd feel so much better about myself. All right, so what is it? For a third reflection, who might be impacted if you act boldly? You know, I told the story of myself about this 365-day challenge. And I tell you what, not only has it helped me, right? It's something I think about all the time. These phrases, I act upon these prompts, these reflections, these statements as I go through it with you. I put on shorts on YouTube, on Instagram, not knowing if anybody would really see them. I started getting comments asking me to continue, telling me that that's what they needed. And that's the impact I want to make. It's not about the money. There's a reason why I make it faceless. I don't want to be known for this. I want people to see that this is God's work and that God can help them. And if this can be the medium in which they can greatly affect them in a positive way. So on that note, how can your faith guide your actions in this moment? I let that one sit in for a while. So I want you to know, whatever you do, God has you. He is with you on this journey. So each day this week, take one small step towards your bold action, track your progress, celebrate the wins. Give yourself the pat on the back. Thank God for what He's given you. Share the journey for accountability. This is what I'm doing, right? This is what I'm doing through social media. Courage compounds like habits. Small, consistent actions produce large outcomes. You do it enough. You do it every day. It will compound. It will grow, and it will put you in such a better place than you are currently at. So let's go over like a story of transformation. Right, those of you who have kids or have seen kids grow up, think about a sport that they did when they were young and then grew up as they continued liking the sport. Right, at first, they might be scared. They might be really shy of doing the sport. If they get bumped in the sport, they cry. They go seek mom and dad for help. But little by little, the more and more practices they go to, the more and more they share the love of the game, the better they get at it, the more teamwork they see. Not only does sports help physically, right? It also helps mentally. It also helps them with teamwork and other skills that could be helpful in other areas of life. But that doesn't happen overnight. That happens years upon years of working at it. You don't become good at something. You don't see a habit forming unless you continually do it. Joshua 1:9 says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." God does not call us to wait for the perfect moment. He calls us to act in faith. And there is danger in hesitation. Hesitation can become a habit in itself. Overthinking delays action. Waiting for permission, clarity, or confidence can trap potential indefinitely. But stepping forward, even imperfectly, begins momentum. Momentum is powerful. It moves mountains, breaks old patterns, and demonstrates faith in action. So think about a community outreach in your local community. I mean, a lot of these outreach programs, they don't do it for the money. They don't make a lot of money. Think about a local startup church. They don't do it for the money. But they still have to live. And when they start, there isn't much to go on. It takes risks. But if they do it in faith, if they do it, they know God has their back. They're doing it for the right reasons. Then they can succeed. So let's overcome this fear and resistance. Fear and resistance are natural. Recognize them, pray over them, label them, then act anyway. Philippians 4:13 reminds us, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Bold steps don't rely solely on our strength. They rely on God's power flowing through us. Renewal isn't complete until you move. The old is gone, the new is here. Don't just admire it, live it. Step boldly, knowing God goes before you, and the life waiting is worth every ounce of courage. Action is the bridge between preparation and transformation. Guys, that is the last of this month of renewal and fresh starts for our weekly videos, but I do have a summary video coming out, and I'll do this once a month that goes through everything we just talked about for this past month. It will go through letting go of the past burdens and setting goals and building habits. And it's gonna be a whole talk on this subject, right? It's gonna be a nice long one. I encourage you to listen to it. Sit down on a Saturday morning as you're drinking your coffee. Just listen to it. Answer the questions in the videos. Continue this journey with me. Next week, or next 4 weeks, we're going to be talking about stress and peace. Right? We want to continue talking about things that can transform us. Those habits we can build to put us into a better place. And so we're going to talk about stress and peace. And I hope you're here with me as we go through this journey. So again, this is Scenic Horizon, and I'll see you next week.